Oh, there is a letter inside. When the AirTags were first announced, there was one thing I was especially looking forward to test, and that was how good are the AirTags at tracking parcels being shipped overseas. I shipped 3. One to Tim Cook at Apple's headquarters, one to Elon Musk at SpaceX, and lastly, one to North Korea. Tim Cook's parcel will be sent to the famous Apple Park headquarters in San Francisco. The package to Elon Musk is going to the SpaceX headquarters at 1 Rocket Road in Hawthorne, California. After some browsing on Google Maps, I noticed there was a German embassy in the center of Pyongyang. Perfect. With the shipping labels printed out and slapped on these envelopes, I prepared the AirTags. I wrote a friendly letter for each of the recipients. I dropped off the parcels on Friday the 7th of May in the afternoon. A few hours later, I could see that the AirTags were on the road, making their way south. When I woke up the next day, I realized my packages had made it all the way to Frankfurt Airport. I got my first update from DHL on the parcel heading to SpaceX, which told me the shipment is transported to the destination country/destination area and handed over to the delivery organization there. Yet I could clearly see that the parcel had not yet left Frankfurt. On Saturday the 15th, it finally looked as though something was happening. The packages for Apple and SpaceX had moved to what looked like a loading bay. They were ready to fly. My AirTags had made it to JFK Airport, New York, in the USA. Not long after touchdown, I get a second update from the AirTag, and it was in San Francisco. The next day, Apple's parcel had arrived at a local post office in Cupertino. Eventually, I could see it was on the road and very close to arriving at Apple Park. It arrived. I mean, look at how cool that looks. So sick. On Tuesday the 25th, Elon's parcel arrived at a local post office and began heading towards its final destination. And what do you know? It made it. On the North Korean front, things weren't looking too good. It was still stuck at Frankfurt Airport. So I tried contacting DHL, who told me I need to submit an investigation to find out what was going on. After doing that, I was told I would need to wait an additional 3 weeks before I would get an answer. Not okay with me. So I decided to send another one. This time I decided to try a different North Korean address. So I stumbled across this website for a North Korean Film Festival Commission. So I repeated that whole process again and sent that bad boy on its way. It made it to Frankfurt and was chilling with the first North Korean parcel. 10 weeks ago, I sent 3 AirTags to different locations. After attempting to send the first AirTag to the German embassy in Pyongyang, I got this email from DHL. In spite of intensive research, we could not find your shipment. Now that was hilarious because I could clearly see that the parcel was still sitting in DHL's facility in Frankfurt Airport. Meanwhile, the second AirTag parcel headed for the North Korean Film Commission actually made it out of Frankfurt Airport. I picked up its signal in a really weird location, a wind farm in the town of Landsberg, which is just north of Leipzig Airport. Based on the weird location, I was confident I had picked up the AirTag's location mid-flight again. A few days later, and I still hadn't received any more pings from that AirTag. Now when I checked DHL's website, I noticed they had provided a track and trace link for Korea Post, which is a South Korean postal service. Did DHL send my parcel to the wrong Korea? One of you brilliant souls managed to figure out which flight the AirTag had taken and shared the flight number with me. And sure enough, the damn thing was sent to South Korea. After further investigation, I found out that Apple's Find My network is not supported in South Korea. This basically meant that iPhones in South Korea couldn't communicate with my AirTag. It meant my parcel was now untraceable. So I put my focus back to the original AirTag parcel, which was still stuck in Frankfurt Airport. I got an update from DHL informing me that the parcel was now being processed to the destination country. And this time, the parcel flew directly out of Frankfurt Airport and arrived in Beijing, China. This was really exciting because the majority of mail going into North Korea typically goes through China. Then seemingly out of nowhere, the other North Korean parcel appeared in Beijing too. But on the 10th of July, I got an update on the Film Commission parcel informing me that the shipment cannot be imported into the destination country. I managed to find an email address for DHL in North Korea. So I wrote them an email asking if they were still receiving parcels into their country. To my surprise, I got a reply the very next day. Dear customer, thank you for your inquiry on our service operation. I'm sorry to inform you that we can't accept any inbound shipments from other countries into the DPRK due to the government measures to prevent COVID-19 from other countries. Now, the day after receiving this email, I noticed that the parcel was making its way back to me in Germany. Let's find out what happened to the parcel I sent to Elon Musk. After the parcel arrived at SpaceX on the 25th of May, finally on June 11th, it had been taken to a new address. It it went to a metal scrapyard. The AirTag sent its final ping in Castaic, California. I guess it went to a recycling facility or something. But as for Tim Cook's AirTag, well, after the parcel arrived at Apple Park on May 24th, it sat there for almost 6 weeks doing nothing. Then, on the 3rd of July, I noticed that the AirTag had left Apple Park and had made its way to Cologne, Germany. That could only mean one thing. They had sent the AirTag back to me. And now here we are, so let's open this bad boy and find out what's inside. Oh, there is a letter inside. Oh, it's so exciting. Official Apple letter, that's crazy. They definitely repackaged the AirTag as well, which is interesting. There's the unicorn AirTag, back in my possession. Let's see what they wrote to me. Dear Jonathan, thank you for sharing about your project for Apple AirTags. We're delighted to hear about creative uses for the AirTags and how they can improve our customers' lives. As you can imagine, Mr. Cook receives hundreds of letters each month from customers like yourself. Unfortunately, he is unable to respond to every request, but we hope you continue to enjoy your AirTag as it returns from its unique journey across the world. I have to give props to Apple here because, for them to actually go ahead and take the time to write me a letter and return the AirTag, that's pretty cool. And Apple, if you're watching this, thanks for being a good sport and returning the AirTag to me. Props on making a really cool product. I've had a lot of fun with it so far.